Hey guys, this is Toby bringing you another guide, and this one is on Boruto Road to Boruto. This version of Boruto is literally like using the pre-order version one, but with slightly different combos and a few changes. He doesn't really excel at anything. He also lacks range and priority, but ultimately he can still be a pretty fun character to learn and play with, especially if you're looking for something different than Boruto. Looking at Boruto's combos, they're pretty straightforward aside from the down combo. It has properties we are going to look at first. His down combo is hands down the best combo for canceling. It leads to a lot and allows you to throw sacks or bombs on finishing it, which is good if you need to close out a game or just do more damage. You can also sack set up off of this as well. Now let's look at what we can combo into off of the 7th hit. At this point in Boruto's down combo, he can cancel out of it for an infinite, a jutsu, an ultimate, a team ultimate, a grab, status change items like pills, and other basic things like bombs and supports. His up combo pops the opponent in the air, allowing you to use the built-in combo cancels the combo off it into an air combo, and his neutral combo leads into a strike back. As you can see in terms of cancels, the down combo is where the potential lies. His air combo is pretty standard as well. Look at what this Boruto has on guard, shall we? Following in line with the other DLC characters, his up combo does the most damage on guard. It puts it on yellow and with a dash on red. And of course his neutral and down combo do not complete past this point, so it isn't really optimal to use them if you're trying to pressure the opponent on guard. Let's look at this Boruto's tilt. This version of Boruto has an interesting tilt as well. It has good priority in that it beats out dashes, and it also has pretty low lag, allowing you to really utilize it from a distance. On hit, it causes a knockback, which is good for gaining space and whatnot. And you may wonder why it stuns from time to time, and yes, it is controllable. How this tilt works is that when spaced far enough around here, you can throw it and press circle again to redirect the shuriken, like how Sasuke taught him in the movie, if you guys recall that scene. Upon doing this, the shuriken changes properties to shuriken that stun. It's also worth noting that you can press circle at any time to make Boruto throw more shuriken, which is good for baiting out impatient dashers. The second part of his tilt, which is when you press circle again, can also hit grounded opponents for some extra damage. His grab is pretty basic with the plus that he can throw sacks or bombs for extra damage or to close out the game, and his projectiles are pretty much standard. Road to Boruto gains a Rasengan that he doesn't throw, but that he holds in his hands. Boruto gains a Rasengan that is pretty weird. His Rasengans can be cancelled on block for a gel, like all the other Rasengans. It's also a cinematic jutsu, meaning that once it hits, you're getting your damage. Something that you should know is that as Boruto is running, his Rasengan is not active in terms of a hitbox. You can still cancel it here, but it's not active. It doesn't have a hitbox until he starts to leap. What's interesting is that he has invincibility all the way through, as you can see now. So watch out for that and really understand how to utilize his Rasengan, because it will catch a lot of people off guard. Boruto's ultimate has no special properties like invincibility or perks like a big hitbox or distance, really. This Boruto's awakening is pretty interesting. In Awakening, this Boruto gains 2 awakening actions, which is the Vanishing Rasengan for awakening actions, which is alright. I mean, we've already seen this in the form of the pre-order version where he had Vanishing Rasengan as a jutsu. Aside from this, he gains nothing else, and as a result, I'd like to give this awakening a 4 to 5 out of 10 in terms of comeback factor. However, let's look into what makes his awakening a lot better than meets the eye. With awakening actions, he gains the ability to cancel out things with them, namely his tilt. Boruto can now string together better sequences and neutral to get to the opponent. Not to mention, like with all awakening actions, he can dash cancel. But there's one more really interesting thing about these awakening actions. When done in the air, they gain the added property of popping the opponent in the air. By dashing here off of this pop-up, you can of course attempt the infinite off of it, air combo, tilt, grab, and it's extremely hard, but Rasengan as well off this pop-up. Unfortunately, due to how slow it is, there is no way to combo into the pop-up outside of help with a support or a straight hit. It's possible to use the aerial version during the pop-up that the down combo causes, but even then it's extremely hard, and the result is still the same in that it doesn't pop the opponent back up since they're already in the air off of a pop-up, but will ultimately knock them back and upon touching the ground will knock chakra out of him. That's about it for his awakening, guys. Road to Boruto. Boruto is fun, but again, it's pretty much like playing a reskin or a different costume of the pre-order version of Boruto. Their combos are pretty similar, and there isn't too much different. I mean, yeah, there's different animations, but I get that feeling that I'm playing the pre-order version. So I honestly don't really play him as much anymore. I just kind of really stick to Silent Saber Ninja Tool Boruto and the pre-order version of Boruto. Although, don't get it twisted, if you're a Boruto main, I'm pretty sure you're feeling ecstatic about this because, you know, now you can pick, you know, Road to Boruto for a few different things, and, you know, it'll be a good mix-up, especially since this Rasengan is really, really good, as I've shown you guys in the guide. Outside of that, there's really nothing else about this Boruto. He's a solid character overall. I don't really know who's the best out of the Borutos. I'd have to really look into that, but he's a good Boruto to use, and if you want a main, he's also a nice Boruto for a main, simply because, you know, he's got awakening actions, and then he's got the Rasengan, which is really good in itself. So there's some good things going for this Boruto, but ultimately it just feels like I'm playing a costume, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but, you know, I guess if you're looking for an entirely different character or just a different feel with the character, you're not going to get that unless you play Silent Saber Ninja Tool Boruto. But overall, I enjoy doing this guide, and I hope you guys learn how to play this Boruto, because he still is pretty fun at times, especially if you know how to do a lot of the cancels and stuff I've shown you in the videos. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course comment and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. Mysterious Man Toby signing off.